You're about to learn how to crochet one of the easiest crochet baby blankets. I'm Little John Yarns, and today we're working on a pattern created by Red Heart called the Rippling Rickrack Rainbow Blanket, which uses the ripple stitch. Make sure you go to redheart.com to download the simple pattern to follow along to this tutorial. Let's hop into the pattern breakdown. This pattern is created using a one-row pattern repeat that builds upon itself to create this 36 by 36 inch ripple stitch blanket. The material we'll be using today are Baby Hugs by Red Heart Yarn. We'll be using 2 skeins in the color Frosting, 1 skein in the color Sky, Sprout, Happy, and Lilac. And we'll be also using a 5.5mm crochet hook. Before we start our pattern, make sure you go over to redheart.com and download this super easy written pattern so you can follow along to this tutorial. All right, we'll get all this stuff out the way and we'll bring out our materials. To begin, we're going to start with a chain of 157. Once you have your chain of 157, we are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So let me zoom in a little bit better. That first little twist is 1, and here's your second chain. We're going to place 1 single crochet. And we're going to skip 1 stitch. And here's where we're going to start our pattern repeat. So skip 1 stitch, and we're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to place 3 single crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, you're already starting to get that little zigzag. And next, we're going to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to start that pattern repeat all over again. So I'll show you one more time. So we'll skip 2 stitches. We're going to start with 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine those first 4 stitches as you're climbing a hill. And now we're going to place 3 single crochets into the next stitch. This will be the top of your hill. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and this will be like you're going back down the hill. So let's place 1, go into the next stitch, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to skip 2 stitches and start that pattern repeat all over again. So that'll be a single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So pause your video here. I want you to repeat that pattern sequence all the way across your 56 stitches now, because we did a turn, all the way across the very end of your chain until you make it to your very last 2 stitches. So I'll tell you the pattern one more time. 1 single crochet into the next 4, 3 into the same, then 1 single crochet into the next 4, and you skipped 2 stitches. I'll tell you one more time. 1 single crochet into the next 4, 3 into the next, then 1 single crochet into the next 4, skip 2, and start your pattern repeat all the way again. So pause your video here, and I'll meet you at the start of your second row. Okay, we made it to the very end of the very first row, and you should have 2 stitches left over. So we're just going to skip this very next stitch and single crochet into the last. Now we're ready to start row 2. Row 2 is going to be the row that will repeat over and over to the very end of this pattern. So you're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and turn your work. We're going to be working in the back loops only. We're going to start by single crocheting into the very same stitch again. Let me find, here we go. Remember, we're working into the back loops only. Single crochet into that first stitch. And just like before, we're going to skip 1 stitch, single crochet into the next 4 back loops. 1. I know it's hard, a little bit hard to see with this white. 2, 3, and 4. And just like before, we're going to place 3 single crochets into the next, and that'll be the very peak of your heel. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to be going back down the heel. We're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 4 back loops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just like before, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and start the pattern repeat all over again by placing, let's see, 4 single crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, placing 3 single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, and going back down your heel, place 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and start that pattern repeat all over again. So you can pause the video here, and you're going to continue this pattern sequence all the way to the end until you make it to the very last 2 stitches, and we'll work those last 2 stitches together. Here's what our work looks like so far, and we've made it to the very last 2 stitches, and I'm going to show you how to do a color change for the very next row. As you can see, we have 2 stitches left. We're going to skip 1 stitch, and we're going to single crochet into the very last stitch, but we're going to stop halfway through the single crochet. So begin your single crochet, yarn over, and pull up a loop, and we're going to stop right there with 2 loops on your hook. We're going to take our new yarn, wrap it around your hook, and pull through those 2 hooks. And easy as that, the color on your yarn has been changed. And you can chain 1 and start your row. So we're going to repeat row 2. I'm going to leave a timestamp below just in case you don't know where row 2 starts so you can follow along. But we're going to repeat row 2 for a total of 76 more rows. So on the very next scene, I'm going to show you the color layout if you want to follow the color scheme of the picture in the pattern. If you want to follow along to the color sequence of this blanket, I listed all of the colors according to the pattern. We're going to work colors A, B, C, D, and E for 2 rows each, then repeat for a total of 20 rows, followed by 68 rows of the color A. Then we'll pick up the colored yarn again in reverse. We'll work colors E, D, C, B, and A for 2 rows each, then repeat for your last 20 rows. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other crochet baby blankets. Alright guys, I'll see you all on the very next tutorial.